The world fell silent, not a bird in the sky, not a wave on the sea, not a whisper of wind through the trees. The stillness pressed down on every heart, heavier than fear, heavier than expectation. It was the hush before eternity itself broke into time, and then it began. A trumpet sounded louder than thunder, purer than any music ever made. Its sound rolled across the mountains, the oceans, the deserts, and the cities. Every ear that heard it trembled. Every soul that heard it knew. This was the voice of God calling all creation to judgment. From the graves of centuries past, from the depths of oceans and rivers, from deserts and forests and cities long forgotten, the dead rose, men and women, young and old, kings and beggars, warriors and children. Their bodies, once dust, were renewed, incorruptible, radiant, and alive. But there was no joy on many of their faces. All knew the reason for their rising. The sky split open with light that no human eyes could bear. From it descended a throne, higher than the tallest mountains, brighter than the sun at its peak. Lightning and fire danced across its edges. Around it, the heavens seemed to stretch without end, alive with angels whose voices thundered like oceans, crying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty." All of humanity stood before it. No one was hidden. Every name, every face, every secret weighed before the judge. Kings and slaves, the rich and the poor, those whose lives had been sung in every corner of the earth and those who had been forgotten, all together, equal, exposed, accountable. Books appeared, and the records of every life were opened. Every word spoken in secret, every thought left unspoken, every act done in darkness, every kindness or cruelty, all laid bare in the light of His holiness. To the right of the throne, a multitude stood in robes white as snow. They were the redeemed, washed in the blood of the Lamb. Their sins were gone, their hearts were free. When their names were found in the Lamb's book of life, a voice like sunlight said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord." Tears ran down their faces. They stepped forward, walking into a kingdom where sorrow would never come, where laughter would never end, where death was unknown. Families who had been torn apart embraced again. Friends long separated clasped hands. Love poured like rivers through every heart. But to the left, the scene was different. Faces pale with dread, eyes wide with horror. Some fell to their knees in despair. Others shouted, but their words found no echo. They had heard warnings and ignored them. They had mocked the truth. They had chased wealth, power, and pleasure, turning away from the one who gave them breath. The judge looked upon them, his gaze piercing, unyielding, yet sorrowful. "Depart from me," he said. "I never knew you." And they were gone. Not in anger alone, but in justice. The choice had been theirs. Darkness claimed them, and eternity would know no light. Above them, the redeemed sang, voices rising higher and higher, echoing through the heavens. The light of the throne stretched over the earth, bringing a peace that could never be shaken. And still, the cries of those lost faded into silence, a reminder of what had been ignored for too long. Then the King stood, and all creation bowed. Every knee bent, every tongue confessed. Every heart, whether hidden or revealed, recognized the truth. Jesus Christ is Lord. For those who had trusted Him, this was the beginning of forever, a kingdom of light, love, and joy beyond imagining. For those who had not, it was the end of every chance, the final chapter written in eternity. And as the light spread over the new heavens and new earth, the thought remained in every heart that had chosen Him. The day of mercy had come, and the day of judgment had passed. Eternity was set. Will you be ready when the trumpet sounds? Will your name be found in the book of life? For that day will come, and there will be no turning back.